morning. It's September 12th, 2013, and I got the itch this morning to publish my mid-September newsletter. Uh, so I sent it out, and this is the video version. Now, I'm just back. Actually, I got back yesterday, or was it the day before? No, it was the day before, from the trip to the Middle East. And this, of course, included going to Istanbul, which was an adventure, and a lot of islands in the area there, and there were a lot of fun things. And probably the most unusual and interesting thing that happened to me, I went on this tour of this place called Ephesus, a whole bunch of ruins and stuff like that. And this was an area which included many different old ruins and signs and stuff that were over 2,000 years old. And one of them was this Greek writing. And so I get this tour guide who spoke incredible English. Apparently he attended Georgetown University as an exchange student for a year. And he showed me this Greek sign, and 2,000-year old, bunch of lettering. It's all Greek to me, as they say. And he says, you can read this, you can read this. Look what it says. And what it said, in the letters he pointed out that, were there, it said, I love Elvis. Strange as that is, now that we've started off the newsletter on a nice note. One of the advantages of keeping this publication free is I can publish it when I get the itch, which is pretty much in this case when the market suggests that it would be a good time versus a fixed time during the month. I just found that kind of difficult and kind of a nuisance. So anyway, what's happening right now is at this time the stock indices are at an interesting point, and this leads me to look at them and say, gee, I might want to look at going short here. Yes, short, suggesting this guy has a good chance of going down, but this depends on intraday patterns, because I really prefer to use the Babson technique that I teach, where I get in just really tight, because I'm really risk adverse. Okay, and the one I'm looking at getting short, maybe we already are, I'd have to ask my assistant here, is this guy here, is the Russell. That's the one in particular that looks really sweet and interesting. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm looking at, and we'll see how that works out if we get a short entry and all that good stuff. Let's see what else is in the newsletter. Okay, what did we say in the newsletter? In the newsletter said, in the last issue I wrote that the stock we bought at the end of July was TD, which is essentially a big Canadian bank that, remember, it wrote the thing that said a bank that pays 4%. Yeah, well, not really 4% in interest, more like 4% in terms of dividend, right? And last month prices went down to the median line. Let's take a look. Good old TD. They went down to this area here last month. They were hanging out down here, and sure as shooting, they're up about 5%. So that's not bad for a month. That's better than the 4% that it pays out, right? And also get that 4%. And I, on the journey, I met with a man who's a CPA for a rather prestigious accounting firm, up in Canada. They do taxes for both Americans and Canadians. They have the dual education and stuff. The name of the firm is Vandenberg, by the way. And I was told about how wonderful this particular bank is and all that other good stuff, and I'm going, yeah, well, that's nice. And after I told him that I already bought some down in this area here, remember that in the prior newsletters? Anyway, so I'm still sitting on this guy. That's my message here. Let's see what else. Okay, it's up 5% in the last month. Well, that's nice. Gold. Okay, gold. Well, okay, fact of the matter is that back on July 9th, which was about over here, somewhere around here. I was buying this stuff, put out a thing on it, and for months I've been telling you guys about it in this newsletter. Well, that's nice. So what's happening lately? What's happening is today I went and bought some more. Okay, where's the next target? Probably up in this area here, maybe a whole lot higher. Okay, so this guy's doing reasonably well, but it's down right now. And remember Dr. Andrews? He said buy after a decline and sell after a rally, and that's a heck of a generalization. You need to know a heck of a lot more in order to do that properly. So if you're into gold and silver, if you like that kind of stuff, this is probably a good time to take a look at various potential investments in that field. Okay, let me take a quick look at this guy. This is one of the ones I. Okay, so there's some good potential ones out there. They've been going down the last month or so, and I'd have to do more analysis later. But let's say for right now, what you need to know is I bought some more of this guy today. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have? We also have, I've written up in here, let's see, what else did I write? Okay, oh, EBR, oh yeah, that's a cool stock. Now in the last issue I mentioned that EBR was really kind of cool and nice and wonderful, and this was a way of taking advantage of the what are those things, the emerging economies and yada yada yada, being down in the dumps, and everybody was down on them and they're so horrible and da da da. Yeah, okay, fine, that's an interesting story, but fact of the matter is that this is an Egyptian, not an Egyptian, it's a Brazilian electric company that doesn't pay squat in terms of dividend, but in the last month it's up over 25%. So from where I was going rah 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 after I bought this guy, I think I bought it down here somewhere there, and I just bought it at different places, and bottom line is I'm still long. Okay, and so this guy's doing pretty damn decent. Okay, so let's see, what else did I write in that newsletter? Let's take a look. Very important. This is the last call. At the end of October, there will be a Babson Pro Course seminar. Okay, and this is important for a number of reasons. One of them is that at this point we're in discussions with a hedge fund. If this works out, in other words, they offer us enough money on the right kind of conditions, this newsletter and more importantly the course material may not be available. Okay, so you need to know that. And this also holds true for the Andrews Or indicator, and which by the way is only available in the expanded course, which is available to a limited number of people. How much does it cost? The answer is that depends, because as it is purchased, we wind up selling the next issue, the next course, for example, at a higher price, and we have a limited number that we will sell. Period. There is a very limited number, and then we every time we sell one, it goes up a little bit, the price. Okay. So let's see, bonds. Oh yes, bonds. This is interesting. Bought some bonds yesterday. Now, fact of the matter is about a week or so ago, I was actually when it was down here, I was which was more than a week ago. I was somewhere. Yeah, no, over here. I was suggesting that, hey guys, time to watch the bonds. This is one that I'd be buying if I was back in San Diego. Well, guess what? I'm back, and yesterday was over here, and yesterday, right down in this area here is where I was buying. So I am presently long the bonds. How far are they going? I would guess. Oh, yeah, that's not a good line. I would guess somewhere in this area up here. Okay. Yeah, somewhere in this area up here is something to watch for. The That's if it's just a standard garden variety pullback. If this winds up being an advancement, now why would I ever think this could be an advancement with all the bond stuff out there? Who knows? Uh, if this goes to new highs, where's it going to go to? If this goes to new highs, we would easily the target would easily be 160. Okay, at least, which is kind of scary, right? Because to get this up to 160, those 8+ Russian warships sitting off the coast of Syria, not far away from our warships, might do a nasty dance. And the military industrial complex might get a whole bunch of new orders for new warships. So, and by the way, the American military industrial complex is laying off big time, and they're laying off computer programmers, is the word I have. So, so much for that. Okay, so um, so much for that. Let's take a look. Let's move on to Forex. Forex is kind of interesting. The one thing that I'm looking at right now is NZD. Let me show you what I mean. Here we go. NZD. Da, 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 da. Okay. Here's originally last month, before I went away on the trip, I went short this guy, and I put out a thing saying in the email thing saying, "Hey guys, it's time for me to get short here." And I did get short and took a ride down, and then wound up getting out like a week or so before I left on the trip. Bottom line is as a general rule, when I'm traveling, when I'm up in the air and I can't watch the markets, I don't have access to this stuff here. It's just better for my wallet if I am out. And I even tried the concept. Oh well, I'll put stops in or da 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 da, and it no. It's just better for my wallet when I am out, except perhaps in very long term stuff like TD. I'm still, I didn't touch my position in that. SVM and EBR, I didn't touch my position in that when I was up in the air. So, but these are trades, and so I got out and took profits nicely. And right now, at this point here, I am looking at the possibility of entering this one here on the short side again with a very tight stop. Okay, so let's take a look at how this guy's doing. Yeah. We'll take a look. This one's a possibility on the short side, so we'll have to wait and see. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at in the forex. I know hardly anybody trades the U.S. dollar and New Zealand dollar, but what I basically look for is I look for volume, that there's enough volume in it, and in this case here, if I was to get short again, I would once again get short the futures. It's just there's a number of personal reasons why I prefer futures, and so that's what's going on in this one here. Okay, so I look at volume, and then I look at do I have the patterns in place in order to support a trade that I have the probability is on my side and that it's nice and tight, right? Okay. Let's see what other interesting things do I have here for you. Let's see what it says in the newsletter. In the newsletter, it says there are 3 new ebooks available from Amazon. This is true. If you go to Power Trend Investing, Power Trend Investing is nice. You just kind of go to Power Trend Investing. Let's see, www.powertrendinvesting. Yes, ebook and video. Forget the videos, but I do have the ebooks. Beyond the Andrews Pitchfork. I have some. This one here, Power Trend Investing. This one's kind of interesting. It combines Andrews with a specific Elliott wave technique, a specific, easy to identify pattern in Elliott wave. It's very, very specific, very, very focused. Okay, and which often results in a very nice power trend. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Babson's action reaction techniques. That one's kind of cool. For those of you that know nothing about Babson's action reaction techniques, or very little, this goes over a whole lot of information in that area, and of course there's much, much more in the actual courses that we offer, but this is a good place to start, especially if you're a student from Babson Business College, that world famous wonderful place up in Massachusetts. Okay, and then Beyond the Andrews Pitchfork is the third one, and that one covers, what does that cover? That covers Beyond the Andrews Pitchfork. Book takes a reader from the basics through an advanced, unique trading technique. Starts with the pitchfork and associated lines and how they are used, then moves on to using shift lines. Good old Jerry Shift. New and well. Then moves on beyond what Andrews taught, shows how the Andrews techniques provide superior know-how in dealing with the markets. We do show you a specific pattern, a setup, yada, 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 that is very different from the one we show in that other book, Power Trend Investing. So, and this book is part of a series, and those of you that have taken the course know all this stuff that's in here. You just do. Okay, so let's take a look. That's what we have. And so I thank you for your time, and if you get a chance, by the way, we can give you a special price right now on the Andrews Advanced course and the Expanded course, and we will even give you our Precision Trader software and a few other things as a bonus. So, Ron J at san.rr.com. You can send me an email, you can call me on the telephone, on our websites, andrewscourse.com, ronjanish.com, PowerTrend. On those you can usually see my phone number, which you can reach me at, and I thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. See you in the course. Bye.